Hi, Taurus. Happy February. I hope you're doing well. Okay. You're not going to think you've got great cards, but I do. And I think that you will once I'm going to say, lean into this. Feel this. Don't try to think your way through this. Like, really, when you're deciding and asking questions and trying to debate about something, sit for a minute, really, and just see if you're aligned with this. Not rationally trying to put it on a piece of paper. You need to, I feel, really check in with yourself here about this, okay? Because you come in here as the Tower card, okay? Which means that you know that you need to make a change here. Like, there'll be no going back from this. And sometimes those are, scary changes. Like if someone has done a career forever and they've now decided, okay, I'm going to go do this now. You want to do it, but there's still, you've got to give your spirit time to catch up and your body time to catch up. You've got to rebalance things, right? So you come in here as the Tower card. So you already know, okay? And how you appear to others is this, the Seven of Coins. Okay, this card has been coming up a lot. That's a good card I'm thrilled to see because that's exactly what's going on here. The Seven of Coins is just shifting in perspective. It's trying to balance things out in your life. A seven is having faith. It's looking at something different, doing something different, how you go about doing it, who your higher power is. And I sound like a broken record, but this card has come up 3 times already. The road with a seven is straight and narrow. Find comfort in that because there's only one way to go here. And you're going to have faith that it's not you alone who's going to pull you forward here. But you have to have faith in the process and you have to have patience, right? And realize that let the universe work with you. You know what I mean? And find peace in that. There's reward here too. If some of you are trying to sell a house, it's coming. Okay, there's movement in here. So some of you may be moving, relocating, traveling. There's a lot of cards of travel in here, but I feel like there's travel with like the destiny part of it isn't written in stone yet. And sometimes this is too a journey that you have to take that you're not real thrilled about, but you don't have a choice, right? So that can come in very much with the Tower card for sure. Okay, because in your past, you've got the Moon card. And this is a card really, I feel, of internal fear. Like you really are afraid of this. There's fear around it. Okay, so you're definitely outside of your comfort zone in February. Okay. Now, where this really stems from is the Knight of Swords, right? This can be too practical. Right? Because you've got also coming up here in the future, the Knight of Wands. That's like right here in the present. So these two energies here, maybe you're too practical and you need to add some more excitement. This is energy in motion. This is the piece of paper. And it looks, not everything on paper is exactly how it is in real life. And this is about experiencing things, not saying I want to experience them. I've got it on a list. I'm going to do it, right? I want to go on this vacation. I'm going. It's the, you know what I mean? It's putting the thought into action here. And I think that, like I say, coming into this, I really feel like you're going to need to check in with how you feel about this. Don't try to rationalize yourself through it. Of course, I'm not saying you know what I'm saying. Don't make crazy decisions, but you've got cards of movement here, like a point and a place in time where you need to burn the bridges behind you, okay? Because the whole origin of this reading is the Six of Swords. That's going on to something, getting through trouble. I may just not know exactly how, right? But there's an air through here, too, of trying to reconcile with something. And I think that might be something you're trying to reconcile within yourself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go backwards on here. I wouldn't, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. I would take this from where you're at because this card anchored here is long term, meaning I think myself to death here but I don't have enough confidence in myself. I don't trust myself. I don't have enough faith or courage to get the show on the road here, but I'll think about it. That'll suck you dry. Okay, your future here, where you are right now, is the Knight of Wands. It's getting something in motion, putting something in motion here, moving it forward. It's a card of movement, and you've got other cards. You've got the Chariot in here too. That's also a card of movement. The Six of Swords is a card of movement. The Knight of Swords is a card. The Knight of Wands, you've got a lot of cards of movement here. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, you've got the Five of Wands here. This is kind of what you need to undertake here. And this is where I feel you're really going to need to... Fives show you where the crack of a 7 is. So 5's going to show you here where you may need more courage, where you may need a skill set, where you may need, this could be something too, where do I need more physical endurance? Do I need to exercise more? Do I need to change my diet more? The Five of Wands is going to show you that. So it'll either be physically, mentally, emotionally, but it'll show you where you're battling something here. Okay? Test your strength, your skills. You've got a lot of cards of movement here. Maybe you're doing something, you know, body-wise, like you're changing your regimen, you're eating different, you're exercising different, your day-to-day routine is different. But with the Tower card, it could be something too where you got a health scare and now you have to do it, right? Like you have to balance things out. You have to know what you're doing here. The Seven of Coins is a card that is someone who they put their all into something, but it's not like diversified. Like they're either a workaholic and they have no social life, or, you know, it's all or nothing. That mentality needs to change. You know what I'm saying? So it's more about balance through your life here and reconciling those things. Okay? Because here, the means, how you have to do this, heaven on earth, Three of Cups, happiness, joy, right? Seeing things differently. I went into this with the Aries reading, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Someone can have in their birth chart massive cards that speak of success, but their moon is way the hell over on the other end of the chart by itself. So you're always going to feel detached. You're always going to feel like, you know, the third wheel or whatever. It's all in how you feel about it. You can change this, right? The Three of Cups is happiness, but it's heaven on earth or hell on earth and how you make it. You know, this is just what you're going to have to adopt. Adopt the heaven on earth. Let's see. Let's go try. This is happiness. Friends, socializing. Maybe it's going out and maybe, you know, if this is a health thing, you've been doing it at home, right? Take a cooking class, join a gym, do, you know, something different. Or this has to do with, though, other people, your community, maybe getting out into another community. Maybe you're moving and you're worried about, you know, socializing. Will I fit in? You will. Because the outbound card, you've got a lot of charisma. You just never see yourself. I have so many Taurus clients that they don't see how amazing they are. You know what I mean? You just need to have a little bit more faith in yourself. You know? That's all. And a little bit of patience. Okay? Love yourself. Love yourself a lot. Okay? This, like I say, is, again, I really feel there's a need for patience in here, but consistent, like get a routine that gets you moving. You know what I mean? Like I would say out of the gate for a little bit for February, get a routine that is consistent and then move a little bit further, because I think you're out of your comfort zone here with the Moon card in the past. I feel in here it's fear, especially with the Tower card. Okay, but this is your external. Okay, how the world affects you, right? It's a card here, though. Again, you've got to pull the polarities. You got to get your train going in the right direction, in harmony. You know what I mean? So maybe streamline things, make things simple. But this is only going to go forward with this. That's the movement of this card is you know. I'll try again. It's resilience. With that Chariot card, it's all about resilience. It's like, you know, I may be dragging myself to the gym, but I'm going to do it. And in a month, I won't be dragging myself to the gym anymore. I started Zumba years ago, and I remember this because at the time I was not really, I wasn't heavy, but I wasn't in good shape. That class kicked my ass. It took me, and I was the youngest one in there, it took me like 4 weeks to be able to get through 1 whole hour of it. But I stayed with it, and I did it, and I'm glad that I did. It was just, I just knew, okay, I can't do the whole thing, but I'm going to stick with it because I just want to accomplish it. And it's things like that sometimes that you think, oh, why can't I do this and everyone else can? Who cares? Your stability will be in your stability. Everyone's got something. Your weakness may end up being your strength. So, you know what I'm saying? Just look at things a little bit different. The outbound, you've got the King of Wands. It's charisma. It's leading by example. People follow you. You know what I mean? If you're not feeling real confident or you're not feeling real assured about something, ask someone close to you what they see in you. I assure you, with this card on the outbound here, it's a happy card. It's a card of, people will follow you somewhere. So if you were worried about moving and will I fit in, and you will. You'll fit in more than you think. And that's why I'm saying you'll be perceived much better than you perceive yourself. You've just got to start believing that. Okay, you're moving here. There's some kind of big movement here. So you're either changing jobs, changing locations. You may be moving somewhere. You're doing something. This can really just be, I put my house on the market and now I need to be patient and wait. Okay. That's what it could be too. Don't be so, if you're selling your home, don't take less than you will just because you're overzealous about something. If you don't feel like the offer or the place or the thing or whatever it is, if you don't feel it, right? And I'm not talking about getting confused with fear because that'll cloud you, right? With this, make the list. But then how do you feel about it, right? Will you move a mountain for it? Do you desire it? Will you care for it? Will you put a boundary around it? Do you believe in it? These are all questions. If you ask the right questions, and if the answer to that is no, scratch it off. Something else will come along. Okay, but the Chariot, right, is just saying, I need to get it together. I need to pull it farther, move it stronger, longer. This is a card of success though, but the beauty in this is I may have to leave a situation in the midst of not knowing, but having faith and courage in myself. Maybe I need to update a skill set or do something different, but I'm going to need to start walking my talk here. These are 2 great cards, right? I'll move the mountain for this. I have the creative idea. I have the energy. I have the stability. My body's in better shape now. I'm out and about and life is good. Okay, so that's what I've got. I think it's great. I knew when this card comes in, I know people are terrified of it, but it's something that, again, what you thought at one time was your safety net has now become like, your stronghold here. It's holding you back. So it's when this card shows up too, we realize at that point here, I may have missed some opportunities here. You know what I mean? The Tower card brings things front and center. And that's why I say, don't get caught in the past stuff. It's where you are now and pulling life ahead for you. Okay. This card, the King of Wands in the outbound, is never bad. That's a card of resilience. It's a card of, I've always got something cooking. I'll always get myself out of something, and you will. So whatever this is, and you're in uncomfortable, uncharted territory here, you've got to remember that, even the harshest of circumstances, you will get the rain again. All right. That's what I've kind of got here. Like you're going to be, you have luck on your side here. You have divine intervention here. I feel it. It's just get moving, physically get moving. Okay. And that's what I've got, but not in a rash way, because this can be to where you beat the crap out of yourself. Like you shoot yourself in the foot. I can't do this. Why even try? No one's going to, don't do that. Right? Just, you've got the Chariot card here. I think if you start to just look at things different, because this is what you've got to adopt here, just look at something different. Realize that every hump I get over is further in the right direction. I don't need to have it all figured out. With the Chariot card, it's a card of I've got to get my shit together and then I've got to move it forward. That's what this card is. So it's not easy, but you'll do it because it's worth it, because you really can't afford to not do it anymore, right? So that's what I've got. Okay, I hope that I helped you in some way. I think this was a great reading. I would start with little steps first. If you're thinking about selling your house, put it on the market, but then you've got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? You've got to check stuff there. Or if you bought something, if you moved, give it time to settle. You will. Okay? You'll find your place. If you didn't have fear here, this would show me that this might be some kind of pipe dream. But there's a heavy feeling in here that it's like now or never, right? So just move it forward slowly and you'll do it. But you've got, the trick here is you've got to be in alignment with that Chariot and you've got to feel it. And by that I mean shut this down. You've got to feel it, okay? So that's what I've got. I hope that I helped you in some way.